Episode 3.
Here we are.
Okay.
Here we are.
Okay, so we got a few things to run through today, boys.
Well,
and
first
girls.
of all, we have a very special guest today.
No, he's all right.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
okay.
just okay. Yeah, fair enough.
At
Honestly,
best,
I don't
at
like
best.
him much. No, we got Tom Tunski in the studio
Fuck
today.
yeah, we do, man.
What's up?
There we go,
Fucking
man.
going. Okay, so we. Oh, I can't even. We got to. I have my own ashtray for fuck's sake.
I have my own smoke.
We got
though.
a few things to talk about with Tom today.
We do.
So, Tom is responsible for a few things that I've done personally over the last little while here, over the last year. And he's responsible for a lot fucking more, which is why we're so happy to have you here, buddy. Thanks for
Seriously,
coming, man.
Yeah,
thank you for coming on,
It's
man.
fucking great. Like, we've already spent however long here in the
It's been
studio
a good,
just making sure
yeah.
that everybody was fucking nice and comfy.
It's
and
been a good 3 hours of just chatting on.
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah.
It's been a good
It's
time.
honestly,
sick.
the shame is, though, is that we should have been rolling the fucking cameras before we
Yeah,
because this was
honestly,
fantastic. But what I will say is that we talk about movies on here, on this show, and I want to ask you, what the fuck is your favorite movie?
Man. Gotta ash the cigarette before answering that bad boy.
Do the classic cigarette like you light it. This is the classic cigarette right
Yeah.
here. You just go.
Yeah.
Ooh, the eyebrow.
That's what you do. You light it and you-
Holy shit! There
That ties it all together, bro.
you go.
That's the classic Cinema&Cigarettes move right
Woo!
there.
There
But
we
it's in
go.
all those movies where everyone's smoking. They always
True.
go like, watch John Travolta light a cigarette in Pulp Fiction. He just,
That's true. He does that a
Yeah.
lot.
you
in
just.
that
That's
movie.
what people do. Especially like one thing though, is that a lot of people will tell you, and I think the same thing when you see people on camera when they smoke. You know they've never smoked a cigarette before if they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
You know?
right. You're right.
And I remember.
Well, you don't hold it, right? So.
Yeah, they don't know how to hold it. So there's a point where you got to get relaxed. Just getting on a story about that already was I did.
So much for Tom's
I'm
favorite
ready
movie.
to no fuck Tom's favorite movie. No, I just want. We'll get to Tom's favorite movie, but
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
That
yeah.
being said, right there is that we talked about I did Upright with Caitlin.
Yeah.
And you know Caitlin very well, and we talked
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Caitlin on the last show.
Yeah, she's great.
And we there was the characters smoke in the movie, right? In the play,
Yeah.
and
Which play was this again?
Upright. Yeah,
Upright.
yeah.
Okay.
And we did it for Vic once, and then we did it. We did the Fringe
Right.
show, and we always had these fake plastic little cigarettes. We used a little
Yeah.
flashlight.
Were they like vapes?
No, these were like cigarettes stuffed with cotton,
Okay.
so you can't light them. You know, it would never look proper. But
Don't pull that.
yeah, it didn't look good. And so we'd smoke it for a half an hour and put it out, and it's the same length, right? Like it's
Right,
just
okay.
like nobody smoked the cigarette. It's just full of cotton.
Ah.
But we fucking
Interesting.
it's stupid playwright.
I didn't
shit,
know
like-
that was a thing though. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, like you can get them at like costume stores. They have
Okay.
they have reflective like red tin inside of them so that it
I
looks
see.
like it's burning in the right
Right.
lighting.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
fucking cool.
That is
That's
cool,
cool.
bro.
It
I
works,
didn't know that.
right?
Fucking,
Yeah,
I didn't know that's how they did it.
It works really well, but the thing
Sick.
about it is that the cigarette will never burn,
Well,
right?
yeah.
So you won't see smoke or anything. But no, we did this thing. Caitlin told me this story where it was the dress rehearsal where Mr. DC will watch you guys run the show. Did you ever direct for Playworks?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
I didn't catch the shows. I only showed up for what I did, and I saw
Oh,
Box.
okay.
I saw Elisa's show, right? But no, Mr. Caitlin Carter, because I smoked cigarettes in high school, right?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
I'm still an absolute idiot, but I smoked cigarettes in high school. And fucking Mr. DC leans over in the middle of the show when me and Cole are smoking cigarettes, and he goes to Caitlin. He's like, Colton actually knows how to use that cigarette, thinking it's an acting choice. I smoked
you did
fucking
This is a
cigarettes.
life experience.
All of a sudden, let's give him a fucking award, you know?
That's
Like,
awesome.
no,
No,
I
but-
just smoked.
It's hard to smoke a cigarette for acting. Like when you're acting, smoking a cigarette, I find that so much harder.
Here's one thing too that a lot of like, especially like newer like local movies or just amateur films will start to get into.
Yeah. What's up?
Is that they think that smoking a cigarette will like the idea of having something to do will give an actor like something else to think about except for the performance.
That's fair. Yeah,
Which is like that's not even an old thing that like Brad Pitt is the king of that because in almost all of his scenes in Ocean's
Fight
11
and Fight Club for
Fight
sure.
Club,
Yeah.
he's eating consistently.
Yeah.
He's always eating, you know. And the truth is, he's a better actor when he's eating. When he's eating, he just or drinking something. Like you ever seen the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where Leo's character fires him, and at the end of it, he fires him, and fucking Brad Pitt's just like,
Yeah.
that went right down my throat. I'm gonna cut that so quickly. No,
Dude, that was Brad Pitt right there. Did you see
no, but he's like, no, let me try that again. No, but he's just fucking full on. Like makes the noise and everything just to like. The fact is that Brad Pitt is the king of acting with something else going on. Yeah,
that's a good point. Also in what's that one movie? Fuck, it was Quentin Tarantino's True Romance.
I don't know.
Okay.
Quentin, get your point though.
He wrote that, and basically Brad Pitt's in that.
So yeah,
movie.
he didn't direct it. That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
That
he
didn't
wrote
make
it.
the
He
movie.
didn't direct it. I think. I don't know who directed it actually, but
Oliver
in that
Stone.
This guy and his fucking knowledge.
Oliver
oh my
Stone.
God.
Probably.
Oliver Stone did
every
like
movie.
Oliver Stone did Platoon, and like,
Oh, yeah.
big fucking movies, right? So Oliver, it was Oliver. It was Oliver Stone.
Okay, yeah.
Oliver.
But-
I keep saying Oliver.
dude,
Oliver.
yeah, he basically plays like a stoner roommate
Oh yeah.
of like.
yeah!
yeah. You remember, dude? Oh, that's such a good.
He was
fucking
probably the
movie,
most
bro.
iconic stoner in cinema history, where it's
Oh,
just
yeah?
like the guys, like a mafia, like not a mafia, but like these gang members.
Gang,
They
yeah.
broke into Brad Pitt's house because he knew a character that they were trying to get a hold of, right? And they break in, they fucking say all this shit to him, and Brad Pitt answers all their questions, and they finally leave.
Yeah.
And it just cuts to Brad Pitt, and he's like, "Fucking condescend me, man."
yeah.
It's so big. Condescend me, man.
It's
Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. But it's fucking no. Brad Pitt is the. But like what I was saying though is that a lot of these directors think that putting something in the actor's hands will actually make the scene easier to deal with. With amateurs, like not amateurs, but with young actors,
I see what you mean.
It's
I
adds
already
another
see- yeah.
level.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you're actually.
It's not even a debate. Like, it's totally true. You know,
it
it's
adds
very,
anxiety to it.
Yeah.
Because it's
Like-
just an act. You're thinking about what your character has to do. You're thinking about logistically what like you have to do in a scene.
Yeah.
Right.
And like it's just that extra level, and that's super
It's hard
easy to
to deal
get
with,
tripped up
right?
on. Yeah.
Unless you actually
Interesting.
know
Okay.
the thing too with like working in film, excuse me, specifically, was that you got to get used to the fact the camera's not going to be far away from you. When you're acting on stage, the audience, you can't even see them. The whole
yeah, no, it's like the lights are fucking
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
nice.
see a
It's
thing.
relaxing.
It's really nice because you can only see maybe the first row, and the people in the first row, who cares? What happened, Daniel?
I don't know.
Daniel.
I don't know why it turned up. What the fuck?
No, fuck.
Bring
throw
us
on
the
Roku.
dice.
Who cares?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Roku, throwback.
Throwback to Roku. Yeah, no. Fuck that. No.
Oh no.
It's completely dark, right? In the
Yeah.
theater, it's completely dark. So like you don't really have to worry about the audience and what they're thinking, especially considering the fact that you don't have to look them in the eye. But when you're on screen, you're looking at camera in the face the whole fucking time.
Okay.
That's a lot more daunting. Like imagine having a fucking film critic staring you in the face while you give a performance. It's the same thing as having a camera in your face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
so
because that is the worst fucking critic you're gonna
it's
get.
awful.
Fair
The
enough.
camera is the worst thing. Not only does it critique you entirely, but it adds 10 pounds. Just kidding. So it's like, fuck that camera, you know? But
Fair enough.
That's
man.
why, like, Brad Pitt.
That's actually a good point, though.
It is, you know.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is the king of making things work with something in his hands.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
I can see exactly what you're saying now when I'm looking back. And like,
Yeah.
and a good example too, Inglourious Bastards with the knife. And, like, he does a lot of shit
put
with that
something
knife
in
in
his
his
hand,
hand,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's a good point.
And there's very few, like, okay, I will, like, I'll get on Inglourious Bastards for a second, but I do want to get back to Tom's favorite
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
But I was watching Inglourious Bastards, and I
This guy.
noticed how much Christoph Waltz could do with the cigarette.
Yeah, he's
You know, Christoph Waltz took supporting actor for that movie. He took supporting actor for Django Unchained.
rightfully so.
But there's a scene where he's interrogating a character that he met earlier in the movie named Shoshana. You know,
Oh, is it when they're in
the
the?
cafe.
Oh, and then he puts
the
the.
strudel,
Oh,
right?
dude,
And he,
yeah,
he
yeah.
says to her, "Cigarette," you know, like with
Yeah.
his fucking cigarette, with his fucking, all right. He offers her a cigarette.
We're getting canceled, bro. That's done. That's it. We're canceled, man.
I love the French. Just kidding. No, but he offers, or he was German, wasn't he? No,
was-
but he was speaking French.
Fucking get on with your
He
point.
was German, but he speaks like 20 fucking languages.
And
in
so
that
does
movie,
Christoph
bruh.
Waltz. Christoph Waltz actually is fluent in those languages, which is why they used him.
Antonio
right?
Margarita, bro.
Yeah, Antonio Margarete. Yeah. No, but he there's a scene where he like offers her a German cigarette, right? And she does smoke, but she's in France, like she doesn't smoke. cigarettes, right? And that's I know they were speaking French because the opening of the movie says "Once upon a time in
they're
German occupied France."
Yeah. That's
Right.
So they're in France.
She
Right.
is from France. Yeah.
So she speaks French and he's speaking French to her, and the amount that he does, he smokes the cigarette for only about 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And he's the meanest bastard you've ever seen with a cigarette. Like if you actually watch him
Okay.
just smoke the cigarette and interrogate her, but he's also being polite.
Interesting.
That cigarette adds a power dynamic, right? Because when the one thing that Quentin, he decided to do, I'm just thinking, but what he decided to do was make the Colonel very comfortable smoking that cigarette. And when he gave a cigarette to Shoshana, she smoked it like she was about to get murdered, right?
Right.
She fucking...
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
of course. Yeah.
Like she smoked the shit out of that cigarette.
Quentin's
right?
all about those little details.
Dude,
She was shaking.
Even in that scene, there's something about the dessert because he orders the dessert for
The
both
strudel.
of them, right? Yeah, the strudel,
Yeah.
and he orders something.
He orders
that-
cream.
Yeah, cream. Yeah,
To go
you know
on top
exactly
of
what
it,
I'm
yeah.
talking about. Yeah, it's like, and she can't have that because of. It was something where like she can't have that.
Well,
because
no,
she's
she didn't
Jewish.
know that she was about to have it. She was just, but he said, "Have you ever tried the strudel?" I don't know about any like religious aspects to it.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
do know that what they did in the movie was that he said, "Do you want the strudel?" They gave the strudel, and she was about to dig right in. She already cut a
Right.
piece, and he was like, "Wait for the cream."
Yeah, okay, then that's what it is. Is
Oh.
because she can't have the cream for some reason because she's
Yeah.
Jewish.
Okay.
And that's why she can't have the cream.
Oh, okay.
And then that's why he orders
That's
the cream.
fucked
It's in the
up.
test. Yeah.
Holy
and
shit.
That character is so
He's such a
so conniving,
Oh.
bro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
literally, good word.
He has these underhanded tactics to just reveal them, like in that first scene, in this scene, later in the movie when he's talking to them about betraying Hitler and shit.
fuck.
Well, I love that
Oh.
one scene in the movie where the guy does this as a 3.
Oh
yeah,
Or no,
yeah,
he does
Michael
this.
Fassbender,
Like, no, he does
yeah.
this.
Yeah, he says
He does this,
Tiger.
and it's supposed to be this.
Yeah, no. He did this, or wait,
Yeah, because
Yeah,
this is
no.
the American, this is German.
okay, or vice versa. We're not sure, but like,
Yeah.
because I actually don't know how it works. I'm kind of confused, but
No, this is American.
yeah, okay,
This is
and
German.
that's German. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. But that was just the kind of detail that Quentin put
Like,
right
fuck,
into it. And when
genius.
you actually think about like
serious.
Those cultural like sensitivities is when you know the filmmaker really paid attention to the material.
which is
100
why
fucking %.
I don't know if Quentin would agree if I said this to him if I ever got the glorious chance to meet the son of a bitch.
Get him on the podcast.
But episode 6, Quentin Tarantino.
Dude, that would be a step up from
Are
my
you
ass,
fucking-
bro. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yo, Tom, we
honestly,
love
we'll
you.
get halfway through the
Tom, Tom, we love you.
There'll be a lull in the conversation. I'll just be like, Tom actually was more talkative than you were.
Yeah.
I'm kind of boring.
I'm
Quentin.
in a basement right
Yeah,
now.
he's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I know.
I don't know. I just think.
He's like, I know
There's no
more.
feet around here.
There's no feet. I know more about other people's movies than mine. He's like, no, but
He would say that.
when you think about the idea of, so Quentin already admitted that there was a lot of, there was a period of, intoxication and a period of, like him just not being so serious about Inglourious Basterds when he wrote it, where it actually eventually became the one movie that I'm not sure if he would consider it, but I would consider it to be his best movie.
I agree. I'd say so.
Because I've seen a lot of great movies with a lot of great sequences going on, right? Pulp Fiction, obviously, critically, it's his best movie. But is it the best movie
I don't
that
know
he's
about
made?
that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think it's
either.
been overrated nowadays. It's aged perfectly fine. It's just I
Pulp
think
Fiction
he's-
or Inglourious
Pulp
Basterds?
Fiction.
Yeah.
I just think he's
Yeah.
made better movies since Pulp Fiction.
I
Yeah,
think that,
I agree with that. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
but they don't get the same hype as Pulp Fiction gets.
No, and I think
No.
that's because Pulp Fiction's the oldest, greatest movie he's made.
Yeah.
He's made a lot of better movies since Pulp Fiction, in my personal opinion. But the fact that he made Pulp Fiction right after Reservoir Dogs with barely any money, I think that's why people are like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like, he made this when he was... How old was he when he made Pulp Fiction? Do you guys know?
Pulp Fiction
He was in his 20s.
Yeah, he was like early
20s.
20s.
But
That's
also, he
fucking
didn't write it
crazy.
himself, which is a misconception.
Really? I didn't know
He wrote
that.
it with a writer named Roger Avery,
Oh.
who was a friend of his. They like if you watch on YouTube when they accepted the Oscar for the original screenplay, it was Quentin and Roger Avery.
Oh, interesting.
So it wasn't just him. But when he won for Django, it was just Quentin.
yeah, well, he's very,
Yeah.
very uptight with his speeches.
Yeah,
I did that.
He's hilarious.
Where's my feet?
The thing that I love though is that he doesn't consider himself the best.
He doesn't.
No,
he's just
that's,
very glowful.
That's what I like. I think
Yeah.
he's very aware of the film culture he's in.
Yes.
Where he knows that there's people who are better than him.
Yeah.
But that's also his strength, is he plays off of that. Is he like recognizes that there's better filmmakers, but he uses their techniques in his own
Dude, that's a great
in his
point.
own work. Yeah.
That's a great point,
absolutely.
actually. Holy
I
shit.
think
Well,
like
he talks about that a lot. How he stole sequences from
Jean-Luc
other
Godard,
movies.
like, that's
he
perfect.
loves him. He's
well,
a
he loves Scorsese, right?
Score,
Like,
yeah,
But he
fucking-
doesn't use a lot of Scorsese's methods. The one thing that he's openly talked about and he's loves to talk about is the techniques that he stole from Japanese cinema.
Yeah, especially Kill Bill.
that's
I was
true.
actually watching
Yeah.
an interview that he did the other day where he was talking about like the soundtrack of Kill Bill and how there was this song. It's the song where
Yeah,
he was talking about yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah,
took
yeah.
that from a Japanese action movie and
It is,
popularized
yeah.
it. Yeah, I thought that was so
It
crazy.
was something. I think it was Battle Royale. It's
No,
like
it wasn't Battle Royale.
No?
no, because Battle Royale came out in 2006. Kill Bill came out in 2003.
Oh, really?
yeah.
All right. Well, fuck my knowledge.
So, so yeah, I don't know. I forget which movie he took it from, but it's pretty crazy to see that he just takes stuff from other cultures still.
but it's not even
I
just
think
music. It's actual technique.
It's
Yeah.
technique. That's the thing, is like I think Quentin Tarantino is like one of those filmmakers that is like worldly trained, because you see there's so many filmmakers that are like they're stuck in like the North American format of like not only like how they tell their movies, but just what their movies are, like storytelling and shit. And I feel like Quentin Tarantino is someone who really, he can take things from other cultures and like implement them into his own shit.
That's very
and
true.
and make it his own too.
I mean, the
not
guy-
only that, but not only make it his own, probably do it better.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, the guy worked in a fucking video store for like 10 years. He better
He
be
was
able
the
to.
guy.
Yeah.
Have you ever been like? Do you guys remember Blockbuster?
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, Rogers Video, before they became a cell phone company, you guys remember that? They were a video store.
No.
Rogers, before the cell phones
Shit.
was a
I don't
fucking
remember that.
video
And now
store.
they're gone.
Slightest.
Completely, yeah.
Fucking
But yeah, Quentin's pretty great.
Quentin's great.
one of the best. One of the best.
But that being said, I didn't let you say what your favorite
Yeah,
film
we
was.
My
have a
favorite
filmmaker
movie-
on here. Let's ask the
Yeah,
filmmaker.
let's maybe ask the guy who knows.
Let's ask the filmmaker what his favorite movie is.
Fugacious. No. No. Damn it!
Well, if it's just me, you gotta up that too. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm waiting for the sequel, honestly.
Yeah, Fugacious too.
Dude, we've joked so much about where we could take Fugacious, like
No way.
Fugacious on ice. If we did the movie on like skates and shit, like that kind of thing. Like the play.
How the fuck would the tripping scene work?
That
I don't
sounds
even
really
know,
good.
dude.
I'd pay.
Right,
I would pay for
dude.
that.
Imagine like my next thing was like, all right, we're doing like a skate fucking play.
Yeah.
Like that would be
Holy
that would be
Here's the
crazy.
thing: how would you replicate all the outdoor sex?
Dude, on ice,
Outdoor sex on
even
ice.
more interesting.
Slipping around,
You're
melting.
Exactly. You're gonna free that shit up so much more.
Just throw some trees on the ice. You're fucking good.
But yeah, your favorite movie,
movie. Man. Okay. Well.
You can list as many as you want. We can
Okay.
just- No
So
worries.
so
Crack-
all time.
In 3.
Yeah, I'll do three. So all time. Sorry to bother you. You guys ever seen that movie?
Oh, with
Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah, Lakeith Stanfield.
Boots Riley. Man.
I've never seen it, but I've seen that scene. It was like, I hope you have a really nice day. When he's
Yeah,
talking
when
to
he's
that
on the
guy, I'm
phone.
like, yeah.
Dude, okay, so it's like it's like a magical realism. So there's like small elements of like magical shit in it.
Okay.
But it's basically about
You guys like that shit, eh? You like all the magical
Ooh,
shit.
yeah. But just like subtle little things where it's like just one element of real life is like showed as this magical thing.
Okay.
And Sorry to Bother You does that really well.
Interesting.
Like the directing style in that movie
You
is
should have just seen me right there. Sorry. Like, he goes, sorry to bother you. And I went, no, go ahead. I thought he was saying I was drinking. And he's like, sorry to bother you from your drinking. But no,
That's
continue.
funny.
The directing style, you said.
Yeah, the directing style is like it's super clean. It's super like focused is what that's
Okay.
something I always appreciate in a movie is when
Yeah.
the director is focused on either like stylistic elements that remain consistent, so like where it's like just like you'll represent this one feeling as like a visual thing, and then you'll keep representing visual moment or like emotional moments as visual things.
So are you ever concerned, that being said, so those are brave decisions that a director can make, is especially relying on like, no, like what I was thinking was like you said, visual moments, like actual like thematic moments, right? Are you ever concerned, because you're an actor, you know, and you've worked on movies like that. Fugacis is one of them. Are you ever worried about the director being wrong?
That's a great question.
That is a good question. I think that's just like, that's part of the game, is like you go in, from my perspective, acting is like you go into it and no one's right. You have like an allotted
answer.
Yeah.
Holy shit, look at this guy go.
You have like an allotted.
Hey, you know this is my show, right? Just kidding. I ask great questions, you give me subpar answers.
But continue there.
Yeah, it's like I recently, especially, is like I viewed filmmaking from all aspects is like a logistical challenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So looking at that from an acting perspective is like, you have, let's say you're shooting one scene this day, so you have 2 hours for this possible situation. What can you do with it within that 2 hours?
Right.
Like ultimately, like ideally, is like you're going into the situation, everything's paid for, everything's set up, all the pieces are there. It's just the only thing holding you back is time, bro. I've been there. I hate that feeling.
I got ocular cancer right there.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I got my entire. I smoked a little bit and I puffed it up and it went directly into my eyeball.
That's how you end up right on the fucking the box right there.
No, like one thing that almost made me. Never mind. I shouldn't say that, but like it was something on. I was looking at a pack of cigarettes and this lady, she died from like lung cancer or something.
Nice.
Right?
Barb Tarbox,
bro. But I looked at her last name and I was like, is her last name actually Tarbox?
Dude, I know. That's what I was thinking too. Because you also, another thing, man, cigarette companies, if they're listening, you want to sell cigarettes, put fucking trading cards in these.
Oh shit,
dude! If I could trade Colton right now, I'm like, yo, I've got a fucking. This is what I've collected, bro. What have you got?
Like the fucking smoking Charizard in
there. Exactly.
I have a Charizard. Yeah, that's
exactly.
I got a shiny, bro. Like that shit will sell.
I got a 7-star Charizard right fucking here.
But okay,
yes.
Yeah.
So we got that. What's number 2?
Sorry to Bother You is number 1.
That's like your all-time favorite movie.
All time. Just
God damn, I gotta watch that.
It's may as
well give it a watch.
Like Lakeith Stanfield, one of like the best actors of our generation.
He was in Get Help, right? Or no, Get Out.
Get Out. Yeah, he was in Get Out. He was in
Get Help.
You guys seen Uncut Gems?
Yeah, he was in that.
He was in that. He was in Atlanta. You guys
Who
seen
did he play in
Atlanta?
Uncut Gems?
He was like Adam Sandler's like hookup for getting people to come to the shop.
That's him, man.
Yeah, that's him. And then
he was great in that fucking movie.
He's also in Atlanta. If you guys have seen Atlanta,
that's
I actually haven't had
Donald Glover's show.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance to see one.
I've heard it's awesome,
dude. It's like, I think it's won some Golden Globes, but like
no
it's
way.
like,
it has.
It's like
Donald Glover got actor. I don't know if it actually got series. It might have got drama series,
but he got like
he got actor for it.
Okay, yeah, because like that whole thing is like the whole like magical realism, kind of directing style too. But my second favorite movie right now would have to be The White Tiger, which just
we were talking about
that earlier. Yeah. Okay. That being said, wait, you said that's your second favorite?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Second favorite.
Let's take a quick break. Let's get right back to it. We got to take a quick break. Make sure that I got to take a piss I gotta race like a piss horse, as they say. Yeah. So yeah, let's get right back to it. It'll be 2 seconds, but yeah, we'll get right back.
Sounds good.
Spark it. Just kidding.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Okay, where were? Oh yeah.
Down the hatch.
Thank you, Tom, for coming, buddy.
Seriously, man.
Woo!
Gross.
Okay.
Everyone.
Yeah. Immediately after, bro.
Holy fuck, that was nasty.
Okay, so second.
Oh, I honestly wish that actually happened.
Just projectile bomb it.
There's a portion where I wish that actually happened. There's a part of me.
There's a multiverse where that happened, bro.
Alternate reality, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Raimi directed where that happened. Nerd jokes. But okay,
wait, that one person. Who's Sam Raimi?
Yeah, who the fuck is Sam Raimi? Why do we make him sound like that? Why?
That's how they sound like. That's just how
That
they
sounds
sound
words.
like.
That sounds words.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Tom said it.
Yeah.
Tom, what the fuck?
Put it on me.
I didn't fucking say that.
Okay, Tom.
We got on his first and second. What's your third?
Ooh, it's got to be a movie we were talking about earlier. 3 Billboards. I think it's West. I don't know what.
3 Billboards.
Just outside
Outside of
Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
Martin McDonagh.
fucking movie.
Like, especially when you look at like Martin McDonagh started out as a playwright. Did you guys know that?
I heard about
Pillow
that.
Man. You guys
I
ever
heard about
read that?
Yeah.
I believe it.
I never read it, but I've heard
Fantastic
it's great.
play. And yeah, all of his movies are like plays, right?
So, continue.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like 7 Psychopaths.
Oh my! So that was right what I was
Yeah,
going to say.
it's one of the best fucking movies of the mid
Brilliant fucking
2010s.
movie. And you know what I want to say
ever.
about that was that I'm amazed that Chris Walken didn't get nominated.
Really? I've never
Christopher
seen it.
Walken was fucking
Dude, I'm
brilliant
amazed.
in that
Fucking
movie.
what's his name? He's like cheap Edward Norton, bro. The guy who's in that.
Who did he play? The one
he plays
who,
the friend. He plays the
That's Sam Rockwell. You know
Sam
what he did win
Rockwell.
for
Oh, shit.
was
What?
3 Billboards outside
Yeah,
Ebbing,
he did.
Missouri.
Okay, good. He deserved.
He
that.
deserved that.
He was
that.
so good
Yeah,
in
he
that
won for
fucking
that.
movie.
But like, no, what I was just thinking was that with 7 Psychopaths, I take over this fucking podcast all the time. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. I just get right into
a
it.
good
What
movie.
the fuck? You should get closer though.
Yeah.
But what I will say though is that with 7 Psychopaths was there's a point where I was watching the movie in theaters, right? I think I was watching it in the theater, or I was just
2011?
like, no, I probably wasn't. I don't think I was allowed to see it.
Yeah,
at
I
2011.
only saw that on Netflix ever.
So like I saw it was on Netflix or something, and I was alone and I watched it, and I like made a movie night out of it for myself, like, 'cause I'm a fucking loser, and I went and I bought like fucking popcorn and stuff, and I went and I sat down and I just picked a movie on Netflix because I was just having my own night. I was smoking weed and
Right.
stuff, so I was like, let's fucking watch a movie. I picked 7 Psychopaths, which I'd already seen. But there's a sequence, not a sequence. I always use the word sequence to sound pretentious, but that's not the word I want to use. There's just a scene, right?
Calling
There's
yourself out?
Yeah, genuinely. I may as well be the one to call me out instead of somebody else. But, no,
Dick.
yeah,
he just calls you out.
yeah. He's like, here's the thing, Colton. You're kind of fucking annoying when you do that.
You're saying sequence all fucking wrong, bro.
As if you know what the fuck you're talking about. No, but I was watching this scene, so they... halfway through the movie, I don't know if you've seen the movie.
7 Psychopaths?
Yeah.
I just said I didn't. This
You
guy
gotta
is so in
see
his
it.
own
You
world
gotta
on our
I'm
see
podcast.
sorry.
He does
Here's the
not
thing,
know
though.
what I'm
Here's the
even
thing
saying.
about that movie. I don't know if you've seen the movie. Just kidding. No,
Have you seen the movie
Bro, I
yet?
was literally about to kick your ass.
no, but I'm
just
honestly
there.
wondering if Daniel's seen it.
Oh my god.
No, so I was watching the movie and I've seen it several times before I saw it this time, right?
Okay.
And I never understood exactly how good Christopher Walken is and how underrated he is. He's an Academy Award winner. He won for The Deer Hunter.
I was about to say Deer Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, he won for The Deer Hunter, and he was nominated only once more after that for Catch Me If You Can.
Really? I didn't know he was
Really?
in that
Only
For
two
that? Yeah, I didn't
nominations.
even know he was
the
in that
fuck?
movie either.
He played Leo's dad.
I've never seen it.
What?
I've seen it, but I don't remember him in
These
that.
are great movies.
What?
Here's the thing, like I said it on the show last time, was that I don't actually like Steven Spielberg, but I
But
like
that's a good movie.
I
yeah,
like
I've
a
heard.
few of his movies, but considering the amount of movies he's put out,
Did he do that movie? Catch Me If
he
You
did
Can?
Catch Me If You Can.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
But no, he so in which one were we talking about?
7 Psychopaths.
Yeah,
Seven Psychopaths. Yeah. So
my
Chris
God.
Walken's character. Spoiler alert for anybody who's watching.
I just told you I haven't fucking seen
Oh
it.
fuck! It's been on for 10 years. Get
Yeah,
over
bro.
it.
At this point,
Yeah, but it's one of Martin McDonagh. If it's not, I think it might be Martin's best. In my
I'd
opinion.
say
Like, the movie.
No, I like. Yeah,
you
okay,
like
yeah.
3 Billboards.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you
okay,
do. But
yeah,
in
yeah.
my opinion, 7 Psychopaths is best because of the fact. Don't look at the fucking camera.
You're about to spoil
like
it.
that. No, I said it's 10 years old. Get over it. We're on a podcast right now. If we're gonna talk about movies, his movie Fugacis is a year old.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I
Okay.
haven't seen it. Just kidding. No, 3 times today. Like, fucking, no. But in 7 Psychopaths, Christopher Walken's character is somebody who steals dogs and he returns them as lost dogs to make money, right?
Okay.
But he steals a large amount of dogs.
Also, what a good character thing to make
Great
money
character.
off of.
Great
Like,
character.
awesome.
The way they
so
wrote him,
much
and
off
the
of
reason
that.
why he does this is because his wife is in a cancer ward and he's trying to get extra money for it.
Oh yeah.
And so, but he gets Sam Rockwell's character involved, right? And Sam Rockwell's character is already involved. I don't remember any of the names, right? But they're already Sam Rockwell's character is already involved from the beginning, and Colin Farrell's character is friends with Sam Rockwell's character, and then there's a whole bunch of characters. Just kidding. No, no, but
seriously, that's kind of how the movie plays out.
Yeah, it's
there's
just
these extra
characters meeting each other
psychopaths,
out
yeah.
of nowhere, right?
Okay.
But the thing about Colin Farrell's character is that I wish I knew their names, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's writing a screenplay called The Seven Psychopaths in the movie, where he's researching 7 different psychopaths, right? And he's having a hard time finding like the 6th or 7th, you know? Like he still has a few psychopaths to go before he finishes his movie.
Right.
And he's already a well-established screenwriter. But there's a scene where Christopher Walken stole a mafia boss's dog, which is where the movie really kicks off, right? That's when the
Woody
movie starts
Harrelson,
really
yeah.
rolling. Yeah, Woody
He's
Harrelson.
in that movie?
Woody Harrelson
He plays the gangster,
person,
yeah.
who he stole his dog from, right?
Also, good performance from him too.
Fucking great.
Okay.
And so they burst into that operation that Chris Walken has, where there's a bunch of dogs in cages, where he plans on returning them eventually and collecting the money, right? But he's waiting for them to up the reward.
Right.
You know, until they get it. Anyway, these mafia bosses come in and they it's Sam Rockwell, Chris Walken, and Colin Farrell all tied up, like fucking not tied up, but like being held by these mafia bosses and shit. And the guy one of the mafia bosses asks him, "Who the fuck? Like, do you something about the dogs?" He says, "Who the fuck stole this dog?" And he knows who stole it, right? He knows what's going on. Okay. And Christopher Walken delivered one of the most exquisite fucks in the history of cinema. Like just the word "fuck," right? He was just like, "Listen, son, I want you to know right now, you don't know these people, you don't know me, but I want you to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior right now and not tell these scum-sucking motherfuckers anything." And he's delivered the word fuck so beautifully. That's where I was just like, I sat down and I was like, Chris is a legend. I was just
That's
like,
awesome.
Chris knows how to fucking deliver a line, you know? He read the word scum-sucking motherfuckers and he turned it into one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard in my life. It was like listening to Beethoven.
Yeah,
you know?
dude.
But like, yeah, that was about 14 minutes of me describing 7 psychopaths.
But yeah, 3 billboards. Really quick before we talk about the movie itself, it should have won Best Picture.
It should have.
What won? Shape of Water. We were talking about that earlier.
What a fucking joke of a movie. What a joke of a movie.
Man, I feel like they just had to give Guillermo something, and they gave him director. They just chose him.
Yeah,
they just chose that year to give him something. Like Pan's Labyrinth could have won that.
Pan's Labyrinth probably deserved it. Over The Shape of Water.
Movie.
Over The Shape of Water. I don't know what was that
year. By miles, it deserved it. And I had a girlfriend at the time who we went and saw both, and she said I was fucking crazy, and I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. She was right. Yeah, because I said 3 billboards was going to take it. I said 3 billboards would take all of it.
Yeah.
And she was like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Fair enough. She was right. You know, Shape of Water took it all.
She fucking shouldn't have.
Shape of Water took it all. No, she should not have been. But I was just like, fucking A. She actually.
That's how the Oscars work, in my opinion.
They've become very.
It's a political stunt.
Yeah,
I think it's like a political stunt, but it's also like. You know
what I will say that the Oscars are is that, have you guys ever heard of course you have, Evel Knievel.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
He waits so long until he pulls something cool off.
Yeah.
Right? Something really cool off. Like he does I'm sure he's either dead or retired. But Evel Knievel would wait a few years before he actually did something great. Right? The Oscars are something that would not only take into consideration what was actually good that year, which I do believe that I actually, more often than not, I agree with what the Oscars are talking, like with the awards they give out. I do agree. But when you think about the major awards, the ones that people read about in the papers,
right,
which is the same deal with Evel Knievel, he doesn't do the stunt that you'll be read about in the papers until it really matters, right? And when he does, you better believe you're going to read about it in the papers, right? And so as soon as it came to the point where Chris Rock, the boldest decision that the Academy Awards has ever made was in the middle of Oscars So White, that little hashtag running on Twitter, was because there was no black nominees that year.
I remember that, yeah.
They had decided to have Chris Rock host.
Right.
Which is that's not the Oscars trying to cover up their shit. The reason why it's not the Oscars trying to cover it up is because Chris Rock could have said no.
That's true.
Right? But Chris Rock could have said, fuck you. And there's so many black actors that protested the actual thing.
I remember Will Smith He didn't go there.
He didn't go well because he wasn't nominated, you know, and also like
why the fuck would he be nominated?
Yeah, that's
recently,
one thing that Chris Rock said
true.
was he's like because he was confirmed to host before the nominations came out, and so he didn't know that this was going to be the case, right? And so when he but no,
yeah, all these white guys going,
yeah. Here's a group of white people talking about the black Oscar, like the Oscar's so white.
We get canceled
but
again.
No, what happened?
Same episode.
What happened was he talked about in his monologue. He said everybody's saying, "Chris, you should quit. Chris, you should give it up," and stuff. And he's like, the thing about the Oscars is that they're gonna happen. Mm-hmm. What is it worth getting rid of the host if it means that the Oscars are going to go on anyway?
That's a good fucking point.
You know? He's like, the Oscars are going to happen. If I don't do it, Neil Patrick Harris is going to do it. You know, that's what he said. He's like, I'm going to have a black host do this show because there's the 1 year that there's not 1 year, but 1 year in a long time that there's no black nominees. Mm-hmm. And also the 1 year where this has happened where Twitter exists. You know, and now it's a big deal. Yeah. And he was like, the one thing that I will say is that the Oscars are racist, but when you talk about the people who are protesting, you guys weren't invited anyway. That's what he said. He said that live on the show. He was like, that's me like boycotting Rihanna's panties. He was like, I wasn't invited. You know? He's like, you think I'm going to get mad because I wasn't allowed to be there? No, the fact is that I wasn't welcome. You know?
Oh, shit.
And that's the fact. The fact of the matter is that it's not that the Oscars are racist, which they are.
They are, yeah.
But you also need to consider the fact that they made these decisions after it, where all of a sudden Getting Back on the Shape of Water, which is my whole point in the first place, was that it's not necessarily about them like critiquing good work. It's about them compensating for past mistakes too.
At this point,
which is the political part of it.
These last, I think, 5-6 years, 100%. Maybe even 8 now, because like 2013. I'd say like these last 8 years.
But they at least had black winners.
Well, thank God they did.
And like you should, because I've seen so many black winners.
So many.
I've seen so many black people that weren't even nominated.
Well,
that
like
deserved
it's like Jordan Peele, bro. It's
bro,
like,
how
won though?
Never mind.
He won for Get Out.
I backtracked everything I just said. Never mind.
But no, my whole point with that stupid rant was that like the perfect choice for them to make was to have Chris Rock host to address the fact that yes, of course the Oscars are racist.
Yeah, it's
a bunch of white people that run the whole show. But the fact is that you can say where you're going, bud. You don't have to fucking crawl around the camera. Hi guys. But no, the point of them keeping Chris Rock was to like solidify the fact that they already knew they were wrong. You know, they knew that it was racist. They knew. Yeah. They know
they were racist. Trying to get on that PR, but like, it's like, here's the thing: why I've never like really agreed with the Oscars, just because I don't think, like, even like, okay, you look at like how they break down acting categories. They have fictional characters that actors portray, and then non-fictional characters that actors portray. From an acting perspective, that's like a completely different journey of creating that character.
That's so true.
Right?
You think so?
You look at Gary Oldman.
That there's a difference between creating the characters, but I don't think there's a difference in performance quality.
Well, I think the award should be based off of how you create that character. Because you look at someone who comes up with a non-fictional character, they're getting all their material out there, right? They're creating it, right? Okay. I don't know if I have that mixed up, fictional and non-fictional.
No, I see. They do exist.
Okay, yeah.
People have existed.
So yeah, non-fictional then would be like Gary Oldman portraying like Winston Churchill.
No, yeah, that's non-fictional. Yeah,
it's like he has to do that research, and he has that research available to him. Whereas if you look at like
you guys are moving around a lot. Fucking sit still.
Relax.
Yeah.
But like Sam Rockwell. Yeah.
Just kidding.
We just did a whole bunch of blow for the show.
No, we fucking didn't. No, we didn't.
Oh. But you look at like Sam Rockwell creating his character for 3 Billboards.
Yeah.
It's like as an actor, that's like a completely different journey because.
Here's
What do you think about this?
What I will say is that I certainly disagree. is because I do believe that all actors are equal. Not equal in the sense that they can. Never mind. That's not the statement I wanted to make.
But I can already tell. Like, what the fuck are you spouting? Bro?
I do believe that all the actors have similar tools to create a performance that's great. And I'm not saying, drink it at the same time. That makes sense. Just kidding. No, it looks good. Let's all drink one at the same time. What I'm saying is that I think that no matter the character, fictional or non, the idea is that you need to be giving the best performance. So, like, no matter what, there are a lot of people that have played fictional characters and non-fictional characters that may not have deserved the Oscar. Just because it doesn't mean that because the person was real or because the person wasn't that they deserve it.
Yeah.
You know, what it means is that they actually need to give a performance that means that they deserve it, which means that you need to be implementing techniques that you've learned over years.
Right.
You know, this stuff doesn't just come.
That's true.
And when it does, have you ever heard of there's an Oscar winner? I'm so sorry, Tom. I keep interrupting you.
Well, no, it's okay, bro.
Yeah.
You have valuable information.
Yeah, but like there's an
appreciate
Oscar
it.
winner. Her name is Anna Paquin. She played Rogue in the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
She won when she was 9 years old.
For what?
For a movie called The Piano.
Okay.
Holly Hunter.
Or the pianist or the
no,
piano?
The Piano. The pianist
Okay.
was Adrian Brody.
Yeah,
which was a decade later. You know, like Anna Paquin was a fucking child.
Goddamn.
She was 9 years old when she won her Oscar for supporting actress. Yeah, never nominated again. The reason why is because you may be capable of pulling off a great performance that does not make you a great actor. Right? And so you winning an Oscar, by no means does that mean that you're capable of pulling it off. The fact is that in The Piano, the actor was fictitious, but she's played real characters before. That doesn't mean that the difference between a non-fictional or fictional character can actually make the difference in a performance. The fact is that you just need to be able to be good at what you're doing.
I see that. I see it as
I get your point where it's like there's
more
more available research when it comes to playing a real person.
Honestly, I'm
yeah.
50-50. I understand both of your points very well, but I'm leaning more towards Tom's point.
Yeah,
I see. It.
That's okay.
No, I'm just saying because like he does have a good point there.
I'm just speaking in terms of the evidence as far as the Oscars go,
That's fair too,
my own watching. The fact is that I agree with the fact that yes, it does help if you played a real person because there's so much more research involved, and they actually and the Oscars have a reference to compare you to. But if you can win an Oscar without all previous, content, and you can still pull off a great performance, that proves the fact that it's not about being realistic. It's not about being similar to anything. It's not about,
emulating
emulating anything. It's about just being good.
See, yeah, and that's I think like portraying like a non-fictional character as opposed to a fictional character is something where regardless of what you're doing, you have like a toolbox of things to use.
You're a toolbox. Just
insult our guest. Yeah, blow that fucking foam off.
You're a toolbox, motherfucker.
No, I just heard toolbox, and I was like, I kind of want to call someone a tool.
But I see it as like you have like a toolbox you can use, whereas you can use this toolbox for imaginative circumstances. Or you can use it for real circumstances. Regardless, it doesn't... Like, you look at Mank. You guys seen Mank?
I have.
Like, David Fincher's...
haven't yet. I haven't.
It's not that good, in my opinion.
It's
okay.
bad.
It's not that good.
Okay. I heard it was good.
So you look at Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman...
I heard it was good.
Oh, I thought you said... I thought it was good.
Gary Oldman's, like, the perfect example because he's been nominated for... when he played Winston Churchill...
Yeah,
he won.
He won in that category. But he's also played characters like what we were talking earlier, True Romance, Drexel, fucking like where he's the drug dealer guy with the fucking dreadlocks and shit.
He was so good in that movie.
And like that's the thing is like he's good in a different way, and that's why I think that like the acting categories needs to be separated. Yeah, for the Oscars is because.
You know what? I kind of agree with that.
I don't think I do. It's just my fucking vibe where it's like I consistently consider the idea that I don't care whether or not the person existed. I think that like there's a point where... Think about it like this, okay? So if somebody gave you a blueprint to create a motorbike, like say you have to build...
This is a good example.
Say you have to build a Harley.
Okay,
Somebody gave you the blueprint and you nailed it. but then somebody didn't give you the blueprint and you fucking nailed it, I'd be more impressed with the guy who didn't have any instructions whatsoever.
See, but that's why it should have its own separate category, I think.
Okay, I get that.
It's like...
But I don't think they ever will.
No, they
never will.
It's
but
not
it's
a question of whether they will or not, because they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
Because exactly, that's a great point. It's like with the idea of a toolbox, for someone who's playing a real person. Imagine the person who's not, with a whole open world they can create around that character, right?
Yeah, or you look at those. You guys ever see that documentary about Jim Carrey, Andy and
The Great Beyond?
I haven't.
Wait, no, that Andy and
It was about him playing the
Andy
Kaufman.
in The Great Beyond. Yeah. Okay,
No.
yeah.
Fuck,
but
this
the
whole episode's
documentary.
me saying I haven't seen that.
Well, fuck,
Got a list.
get some culture, bud.
God damn.
Like in that movie, he I don't know. There's like this. From my perspective with acting, like there's like this unhealthy realm you get into where it's like what's that guy that played Lincoln?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Jim Carrey. I don't know.
Much different actors. Those two you just listed right there.
But they both get into this realm where they're like, "Yo, I am the character." And then they start.
Jim Carrey gets into that.
One thing I will say,
that's
though,
what that whole documentary
is
about.
that Jim only did it
interesting.
once.
for that one movie.
Which
Daniel
one?
Day-Lewis does it every time. Jim Carrey went full-blown method for a movie called Man on the Moon, where he played
He played Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, he played Andy Kaufman, who was like an old 70s comedian. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like fucking atrocious comedy. Hilarious,
But it's
just
like-
nonsense.
Oh,
Like, it
yeah.
was stupid what he did. You should watch
It's like
the
Eric
documentary.
Andre of the past.
Exactly.
in my
That's a
opinion.
perfect way to put it.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Cool.
He's like outrageous, makes you think
Yeah.
because it's so like absurd or it's
Yeah.
pushing the line
Okay.
so much.
But I do understand the comparison because they did have a similar process.
Yeah, it's that whole
But the
idea of like
difference
pushing
is-
the line.
The
yeah.
difference is that Jim did it once, Daniel Day-Lewis does it
every
movie.
fucking time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Which is
But,
why you can
How are we
have.
doing for time?
we got about 4 minutes
All
left.
right, yeah.
So we're
Which is
fine.
why you can have fucking Jim Carrey in Sonic, and you can't have Daniel Day-Lewis
Exactly.
How
in
did-
Sonic.
How did you guys feel about Jim Carrey if you've seen it, Eternal Sunshine? Because that's my favorite performance.
I
by
haven't
him.
seen that movie.
Fantastic, in my opinion. That's
so
his best
good.
performance.
Yeah, I'd
Really?
say that. You know what else I watched recently? Have you guys seen The Cable Guy with
Yeah,
Jim
I've seen
Carrey?
I've seen that with Matthew
Dude,
Broderick and Jim Carrey.
But but like recently, I watched that and I saw how fucking dark that movie was.
it's fucked up.
It's so
But it's the thing
dark,
is that the
bro.
movie isn't really dark. Jim makes it dark.
Jim
Yeah,
makes it dark.
he
yeah,
makes
with
it
his performance.
so
he makes it
weird,
fucking
you know?
dark. He's
He
like,
makes it
Evil
fucked up.
guy. Like, he makes it fucking weird.
yeah, he's just like this not regular guy, but he's like
Not at
this
all.
this fucking.
There's nothing regular about
Yeah,
the fucking Tom. What the
that's
fuck?
what makes
do you
it
hang out
so
with, man?
dark. Yeah, this is my regular.
Yeah.
But he makes it so dark and out there that it just makes it like
Yeah.
you, especially now. Like I feel like with social media, ostracization, like ostracizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Ostracization,
exactly
yeah.
how you'd
You
say
went to
that.
art school, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Multiplication.
Yeah, multiplication makes it simple, but like it makes that movie more relevant
Yeah,
today. Is like where you
Okay.
can see where like a guy would be driven to that point where he's like, "Yo, I don't have any friends.
Yeah.
All my friends."
And not
are,
gonna lie,
like,
haven't
on
we all been
social
in that
media.
position where we just want to hang out with somebody? You know, like,
Especially
Yeah.
now during COVID,
Yeah.
you're like,
Oh,
"Yo,
fuck.
Dude, this
just
whole fucking
somebody."
the
it's
last
like I'm
year,
ready to kill a man.
Bro-
When we come back, we have a lot to talk about with Tom. We have a lot of stuff that he's doing. We have so many things that we're ready to
Ego
talk
and
about. He has
Fugacis.
ego. He's got some amazing
Fugacis.
Fugacis. Damn it! No, but we have
We've
some.
been saying that already. People
we
are like,
have
what
some-
the fuck?
We have some really fun things. We have some really fun stuff to talk about with Tom. So don't fucking go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We're back.
We're finally.
We're
back.
back. We're back. We've had a
Back.
good little break. My dad had a shot with us. It was fun.
Oh, it was fabulous.
But
I
we're
like
here.
your dad.
Oh, thanks, man. But we're here to talk finally about ego. We want to get into the nitty gritty.
We have a few things to talk about with Tom, but ego.
Ego is the main focus here.
yeah.
I want to hear everything you have to say about ego. So basically, I want to say real quick, what is ego and what platforms is it on? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so right now...
I'll answer that. Just kidding. No, I'm joking.
Colton!
So,
do me a favor, Tom. Get a little
you're
closer.
on the platform,
Get closer,
to be
get
fair.
Get a little closer, Tom. Yeah.
There we go.
I just burnt myself with this joint.
You burned that bitch.
This is a disaster already, man.
So basically what Ego is about is it's a local publication, I guess, that we've created to promote local musicians.
Mm.
Basically, we promote them through photos, graphics, live performances, interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Each week we release an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about focusing on that artist. So it's what they're all about, what they provide to the community. Like what I've really focused on recently is like, how can I provide the community with a resource to get better?
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, so looking...
The musical community, you mean.
Yeah, especially the music.
Okay.
Well, I think...
Well, specifically the musical community.
Yeah, I think that the musical community can...
Can I get that lighter off you, buddy?
Yeah, absolutely. Can, like, get a lot out of it because it's music-based.
Right.
We're trying to, like... we're learning how to promote artists on the platform as we're releasing it. And so I think that in itself is like a valuable commodity for artists. But beyond that is like seeing the insight that the artists that we have on Ego there, because like there's a reason they're there.
Yeah.
Like,
no, fair enough.
We're
you've really supported a lot of local talent that's actually talented.
Well, that's what I was trying to say is that
Yeah.
Tom doing, like, getting the point across. The idea is that, because I've done plenty of research, not only being on the platform.
You were on the platform.
But actually, like, making sure that I understand exactly what it's about before I ever went on the platform.
Right.
Not before I ever went, but as soon as I knew what it was about when they actually started releasing issues.
Right.
Is that the fact is that what they're doing is something more than anything that any of these musicians might have been able to do for themselves, especially at the time.
Okay.
You know, so if I was speaking personally, which I will speak, you know.
Yeah, well, you were on the show.
Well, no, but I mean, like, speaking personally from the perspective of a musician who had nothing to do with Ego.
The
idea is that there's rarely a platform that you can get a hold of if you didn't create it yourself.
Okay, yeah, especially in Edmonton.
Yeah, the fact is that Edmonton doesn't get a lot of credit in many areas, except for if you come and shoot a stupid Christmas movie.
We kinda,
dude. You guys have seen the same movie I have.
Yeah. We've seen the movie.
Yeah, we've kind of touched on that last episode. So I totally
we talked about that fucking garbage Christmas movie. But no, my point is that there's a point where Ego is not only giving musicians a platform to release music. What it is that it's giving us the opportunity to not only do that, but it's giving us the opportunity to do it in a setting that we never experienced before, where it's not just professionally, it's not just personally, but it's the fact that all of us genuinely know, because of the fact, not know, but we genuinely like to believe that the reason why we're there is because we deserve to be there.
It's because you were chosen, bro. And
sorry to interrupt. That's what I was about to ask. Like, do you reach out to artists yourself, or is it artists reach out to Ego to be on the magazine?
So, with the first, like, go at it, I guess.
Okay.
It was all about building relationships with artists.
Yeah.
So every artist that we featured in Ego, we sat down with them and we like had a meeting with them, and we were like, yo, this is the idea, this is the concept of like the 3-post format.
Gotcha.
This is the idea of like creating
the 3-post format being image, interview performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Genius. Honestly,
yeah, exactly.
I gotta tell you, that's fucking genius.
Dude, I was high as fuck one night, and I was just like, okay, I've wanted to talk about this for so long, so I'm gonna take a side for this.
Go right ahead.
But,
it's your podcast, buddy. Today.
But fucking like, the whole point of Ego was creating anime characters. Like, you're into...
What?
So you're...
What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait. Hold on. Follow me on this.
I'll try to. What the fuck?
I'll do my fucking damnedest.
Daniel, you like Attack on Titan, right?
Yes, very much so. I wish I was wearing my necklace right now.
I like Attack on Titan porn.
Okay. Exactly. You can get the point on this too. So
okay, whoa.
we can adapt to this.
He's like, same difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's adapt.
But the whole point of Ego is developing a character for these artists. And so something that anime, I find, does really well. So if you guys have ever watched, like, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, any of
when
these...
I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Any of these Shonen Jump anime that we grew up with as a kid...
Yeah.
They had this one point in the anime where they develop all these characters, where it's like, for Bleach, it's like the Soul Society. For Naruto, it's like the Chunin exams. It's like all these extra characters...
Okay.
That have a specific trait behind them that guides their character, right? So you see,
You're blowing my fucking mind right now.
This is what Ego is all about. So like,
dude,
so you think?
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt. This is awesome already.
Yeah, like anime. It's like anime is like what I grew up on.
But that's so dope already.
So that's what Ego was all about, releasing like manga issues essentially.
Bro!
Right? So like Ego was about like creating manga
Fuck you, man.
Ego is about like creating like manga characters that we could build off of, which is something that I don't think me and my designer realized till like halfway through the first release of Volume 1. But it's essentially about like Ego, like the draw of it is like we are curating our image of like an Edmonton artist. So for Colton is a blues player. So in all the pictures we selected for his covers, we tried to emulate that. We tried to pick like sad fucking pictures of Colton.
I got mad about the first
cover. Exactly.
Really?
Because I was like, there's this image where like I was just looking at my guitar. Yeah. The thing is though, is that I'm a big guy, right? And so like I try not to emulate the idea that I'm a big fucking guy on especially those meetings.
Chills?
Not that fuck you. Not that this podcast doesn't give away the fact that you better believe I'm a big fucking Indian. But it's just like there was this one bit where I was looking down at my guitar, which was the thing that they chose for the cover, where I was.
What are you doing?
I was full on.
Oh shit.
Looking at my guitar, and I had this double chin that was weighed more than a fucking quarter pounder, right? Like I was just like, I don't like that, you know. And so I messaged Tom, and I was like, "Can you get something done?" He said, "Probably not," you know. So he was like totally honest about it. Yeah. But the fact is that no matter what, it did look great, you know.
Okay.
See, that's the thing is like it's, and I've had that experience before, like working with an artist where you're like, yo, I want to use this image, but the artist isn't comfortable with it. And the reason they're not comfortable with it is because, like, something in their personal life.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, like, this is the hard part about being a creative director is you, like, have to take what people feel about something.
Oh, 100%.
And then you have to look at it like, yo, as a brand, like, Colton looks so fucking good, like, looking down at his guitar, bro, because it creates a whole feeling.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
For when that person looks at that image, right?
Have you heard the song, Daniel?
I watched the performance in the interview, but I'm going to be real with you. I don't remember it, but only because I was at work on my break.
What the fuck?
That's fair. I feel like that's how most people view
One thing I will say is that it's specifically, like, the reason why I will say that it's a fantastic song is because I don't have to worry about necessarily taking credit for the whole song, right? So I had Kara writing it, right?
Right.
So like we did there was a point where like I was at her dad's house, and her dad lives quite a ways out of the city.
Not on the side that I'm usually on, no? Not the house I'm usually at?
No.
No, okay.
That's her mom, right? So her dad lives on another side of the city.
Okay.
And her dad's home is exquisite.
That noise.
You know, both of the houses are beautiful, but her dad's house has like a pool table, which just resonates with me, and a bar. So
nice.
It's like, all of a sudden,
fucking Louie,
all of a sudden, I'm in, you know. But no, what happened was Kara had sat down because we were both at her dad's house. Her dad had left for work.
Okay.
And we were like, Kara was like, let's just write. You know, because we had nothing to do. We weren't. I didn't want to watch TV or anything. And honestly, there was a point where I didn't want to do much of anything. You know.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And she was like, let's just write a song. And it was, I played a few chords, and Kara sort of worked out those chords, and she said, let's use this. Like, the progression that eventually came to be, which is 3 chords. The whole song is 3 chords. You know, the entire song. Literally, there's nothing different. The entire song is 3 chords. The chorus, the verses, the bridge, everything is the same fucking thing. And so any fucking novice could play that song. But the part that no novice could write was the fact that, like, she had written the first few bits was like, I'm running on empty, I wish I had plenty more whiskey and women and things that your money can't buy. I want to get high. So it was fantastic, right?
Okay.
And already I knew this song wasn't necessarily about each other or one another or like ourselves, but it was about the fact that we were just bored, you know. And it was like,
it's like let's write about
a
collective.
Yeah, it's like not even though it's like, not even what it's about is that the fact we wanted to write about for the first time in history somebody else.
Oh,
you know, let's not write about ourselves. Let's not write about what we're going through. Let's write about something
interesting.
Let's write a story. You know, let's not write what we're going through or somebody else or someone we know. Let's just make something up. And so we wrote about a drug addict, an alcohol, you know, an alcoholic.
Yeah. Keep him busy, yeah.
Exactly. And then eventually the idea died, and then it got to the point where I just sort of had lyrics ready, where she wanted me to finish it. And there was the, I'm tossing and turning and trying to shake all of these thoughts in my head. Those lyrics came from me being bored, right?
I see.
I can't write lyrics, but I do like those lyrics, you know? It's like the fact that it still works with the theme. And then I kept on going, and it was that, like, and I know that it's true, that the only of all this is you, you know? Like, it still worked. The whole song worked. But after I wrote that chorus, I couldn't write it. And as soon as I finished writing that chorus, Tom goes, you want to do Ego, right? And I said, yeah, I want to do Ego, but I want to give you a good song.
I see. Okay.
You know? And eventually it was, I don't have a new song. And so, but the song I did have in the pocket was that song.
I see.
And so I wrote the chorus, and then I spent about 2 weeks telling Tom, I have a song.
Nice.
Don't worry, it's coming. I have a song. It's right. I'm writing it. I have a song. You know? And then finally, it was like the last 2 or 3 days.
Jesus Christ.
It was the last 2 or 3 days before I actually had to go shoot it.
Bro.
And I gave it to Kara. I went over to Kara's house. She finished the song in 15 minutes. And I was fucking angry.
If I were you, I'd be too.
I was just ready. I was like, 2 weeks I spent on this bitch. I bring it to your house for 15 fucking minutes.
Well, actually, that wants me to... That makes me want to, like, you know, so with Ego... How long does it take for someone to bring a new song to you? Is it always a new song, or is it like something...
Well, that's what I'm thinking, is that you probably don't know what they're bringing to you, right?
Fair enough, right?
Like, I don't know.
I sent you the song about a week before you had me.
Yeah, it's like...
Maybe even a few days.
Basically, the idea was... I'd pay a whole bunch of money, and we'd set up, like, this time frame... for someone to perform a song.
Okay.
And then we'd get there, and he'd shoot 2 hours later.
Yeah.
I know us. That's us, though, dude.
Ideally, someone would shoot something. And that was the whole idea, is, like, we have to, like, part of the project was, like, we have to put trust in the community around us.
Oh.
It's like, we have to be like, okay, Colton's going to have a song in 2 weeks. We're going to have this time frame ish in 2 weeks, and he's going to show up and, like, perform that. And now I'm going to take whatever footage we got and edit that for the next, like, 4 months.
Mm-hmm. That's a little risky,
and, like,
huh?
Dude, it's so risky. The whole idea was, like, we'd have these performers perform in this area, but we weren't allowed to. Is like the place where we were filming because of COVID precautions was not. I know was not allowing us.
Old devil.
Yeah, so like we had.
But it was just kidding. No, I'm joking.
So we had to sneak all these.
I didn't know that when I was there.
Surprise! But yeah, it's like we had to sneak all these performers in. Perform their set, because, like, yeah, basically I went to this place and I was like, yo, we're just going to do the interviews. we're just gonna do.
Oh, so you kind of snuck your way into that.
Yeah, I snuck. Well, because the thing is
That's
like
beautiful.
I had a studio
Bro,
set
that's
up.
lit though. Like
I had a studio set up 3 days before.
Yeah.
And then they fucking raised the price. For some fucking reason, they just raised the price on me, and they doubled it. And so I was put in a position where I was like, well, I can either like risk the 7 days, or I can just double the amount, but make that cost add up in like production.
Got you.
For each individual performance. So I was like, fuck it. We're just gonna
Fair
sneak
enough.
all these motherfuckers in, and it worked.
You know what? I actually
And
have
it worked really
Do me
well.
a favor, bud. Get a little closer.
I actually do have a question for you. How much of an outreach has Ego had in terms of the scene and localization of music in Edmonton?
Oh shit.
That's a good question.
That's an intense question.
So, it depends. It
Okay.
depends week to week, because
Yeah.
we're putting out performers that perform different genres.
Yeah.
So different genres will hit us back up, being like, "Yo, I'm interested in being in Ego."
Right.
But right now,
Mhm.
because our platform is mainly based around hip hop, I've focused on like hitting up Instagram pages that are like hip hop based.
Okay.
So I guess like recently we've had like an influx of like hip hop artists being interested in being in Ego.
That's gonna come, right? Like, why not?
Yeah,
Like,
but we found like anyone's interested. Like I told you guys earlier, I met my social teacher who was
Just this morning, right?
Yeah, just this morning.
That's
I
awesome.
fucking met like this substitute teacher that used to teach me social, and he's in this band.
legend.
And
Shout
he,
out to Kyle Anderson.
yeah, and
Literally,
he's,
just Kyle Anderson, fucking legend, man.
and he's interested in being in my platform without knowing I'm a part of it, which is like a
Let's
cool
bring him
thing.
on.
Yeah, honestly,
Let's
you
have
guys
him
should.
on.
We
You guys
should.
should bring him on. But like,
Yeah,
it's like
that's
a fucking, it's
him
a
drunk.
cool feeling to feel like someone is interested in being a part of your community without being a part of your community.
You know, that's so true.
So-
that's so true. Actually, he has a great point.
It's fantastic. What I do want to say is that with the time we have left, I have a couple other things. No way did I change the settings on my microphone. Let me go for directional here.
bruh.
Okay, I'm back where I want to be. That being said, there's a couple things that I want to talk to you about because I don't want this to prolong the
I'm gonna tell you right now. We
Busy
have
day.
7 minutes.
7.
Yeah, we have 7 minutes.
Okay, so holy fuck. Okay,
Well, we're gonna have
The
this guy on for
pressure's
another
on.
episode. 100%.
we're gonna have this guy back on because we have a few things that we want to talk about. First of all, we wanted to talk about a movie that you made called Fugacis, right?
Yeah.
Me and Daniel watched this movie several times before we got Tom on the
Yeah.
show, right?
Yeah.
And the fact is that it's well done.
For a student movie, it's actually really well
It's
done.
hard
and we
to do what
appreciate
they
your
did,
performance,
right?
Oh, thank you.
I don't have the money to do what they did.
Fuck
you
no.
know. But
none of us do.
fact is that I want everyone right now, considering that there's only 6 minutes left, we'll burn some time, but I want everyone to know, go straight to Instagram. Please follow EgoZine, right? What is that? Ego.zine.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
ZINE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ZINE,
And then
yeah.
go give Fugacious a watch on YouTube. It's ready to go on YouTube, right?
It will be by
Okay.
the time this is
Okay,
up,
actually, sorry. When do you think it'll be ready for the public to watch? Because I know
Well, it was released a year ago.
but
Yeah.
it's unlisted. It's
So-
unlisted right now on YouTube. So, anyone who has the link can only watch
Yeah.
it.
Right now, we're just putting it through festivals.
Gotcha.
We got into an Italian festival, which
No
is
fucking
cool.
way.
Yeah, so like they played
Nice.
that in Italy. That was fucking cool.
What?
That's
That's awesome. That's not cool. That's fucking
yeah,
awesome,
right.
bro.
But like, yeah, we're just running through the festival circuit.
Okay.
And right now it's unlisted,
Yeah.
but hopefully by the time this is
Fact
up,
is, it was shot in Edmonton, done by Edmonton actors, Edmonton directors, Edmonton writers.
It's an Edmonton movie, and I think that's honestly something I want to really promote is that there, like, especially with Ego, there is art in this city that's not recognized.
that
And
we
I
all need
really-
to start talking about. That being said, Tom, thank you so much
Seriously,
for being
Tom.
on.
Oh, fuck yeah. You know it.
You were just fantastic.
Dude,
And, like,
you were fucking awesome.
I don't know if we're going to be able to have the opportunity within, considering, I said this last episode, considering the amount of topics of conversation that we're capable of burning through, I don't think we have enough room for as many guests as we want on
kidding.
the show.
Next time we have Tom on, I think it should just be starting with Fugacis and talking
absolutely.
about it.
We'll get right into Fugacis. The fact is that the movie was released a year ago.
Yeah. It's
And
fantastic, honestly. It's great.
Wonderful. And
It's a
we're
fun
gonna
movie.
we're gonna start getting into stuff like that. But either way, we know that, and throughout the episode, I'm sure you all got a fantastic idea of exactly.
I hope you guys
how
got a good laugh,
wonderful-
too,
A good
throughout
laugh,
this thing.
but exactly how wonderful Tom Tunski is and how much
Great
he's done
guy,
for the
man.
Edmonton community. All things set aside,
Thanks, man.
thank you so much for being on the show.
Fuck yeah. And
We're gonna have you back as soon as fucking possible, man.
Seriously, man.
Yeah. Thing is that we won't buy you as much weed because you're fucking stoned. Just kidding.
And you're fucked up. You're drunk.
Exactly.
You got a whole ass beer to open there.
yeah, true.
We have many hours after this to kill. So that being said, thank you all so much for watching.
Seriously.
Like, subscribe, get everything going.
And I also want to say thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. Like, to me and Colton here, it means so much to us for you
It's
guys to just
wonderful.
continue watching weekly this podcast. Every week we post a new episode, and it means so much to see
That's
those views
fantastic,
skyrocket.
isn't
It
it?
means a lot to us. And again, thank you.
Thank you
so much.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Have a great night.